Well. Good morning, everybody. This is Jared with .NET Phillies, and look at that. Just as I boldishly predicted in the last episode, the Phillies have swept the Washington Nationals. Um, the Padres lost as well. So therefore the Phillies are a game and a half up on them. They're 3.5, 4 with the tiebreaker against the Brewers. We're looking good. We're back on track. I was never worried. I even said it. You can look back. I never said the sky was falling. I said this team will be fine. Just won 5-6. Should have been a sweep, but I'll take 5-6. I think the title of the episode is going to be that tweet that Washington tweeted back in 2020, where it was like being Philadelphia isn't as hard as Philadelphians say it is. And I think it's going to be beating Philadelphia is indeed harder than Philadelphians say it is. I think that's going to be the title of the episode. Maybe it won't be. I don't know. We'll see. But let's get into it. Game one, they won 5-3. Player of the game was JT Realmuto. Went 3 for 3, had a big homer. Dalton Guthrie, my guy, Dalton Guthrie, had his first major league hit, first major league RBI, had actually 2 RBIs, which was good to see to get production from the young guys. And that's something that this team has done very efficiently. Guys have come up, the young guys have really produced. Nick Maton, Bryson Stott, Alec Bohm. Oh, my Lord. My apologies. It is 7:12 in the morning when I'm recording this. I decided not to do it last night. The Eagles, an Eagles game was on, the Phillies game was on. I'd work, so it was a busy day for me, but I'm doing it now. And all I say, when people were asking me about the Eagles game, is I said one team is in the midst of a playoff race and the other isn't. So Philadelphia is a baseball town. Anyway, back to game one. Hoskins had that homer, which I called, which I predicted. I texted my friend and I said, gut feeling against Corbin that Hoskins is going to homer. Lo and behold, what he did. Am I a prophet? Maybe. Who knows? Syndergaard ran into trouble in the 5th. He gave up 2 runs, but then, was able to get out of it. I thought he was good. This bullpen has been kind of taxed these past few weeks, especially with Sir Anthony back, who is now, or excuse me. Oh my God, I am so sorry. Did not think, professional podcast guy here. But I thought Sir Anthony's back. But the bullpen's been taxed without him, but he's back now, so we're getting there. The bullpen's getting there. Noah Syndergaard went into the 7th. Which I thought was kind of a mistake. I thought Andrew Bellotti should have just started the inning, but he gives up a lead off homer, and then Rob Thompson decides to pull him, which was the smart idea. But again, I don't think he should have been. He should have been in that inning to begin with. He shouldn't have started that inning to begin with. Brad Hand literally might be the worst pitcher in this bullpen. His ERA is like in the low 2s, but that is just a sham. Like, he gets bailed out so much, and it's finally starting to catch up to him. And I just can't stand him I can't stand him being in any game. I hate him, and I know this clip. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Yeah, Brad Hand stinks. I hate him. Every time he comes into a game, I know there's going to be base runners on. There's no such thing as a clean inning with Brad Hand. And this was the same thing tonight, or excuse me, in game one. He only went 2/3 of an inning to 2 hits. And uh, was Nationals are threatening, and then lockdown closer Nick Nelson came in and picked up the save, which was something all right. In terms of pitching, no Syndergaard, 6 innings, 6 plus, I guess, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, no walks, 2 strikeouts. Fine. That's what you expect from Noah Syndergaard. Andrew Bellotti, like I said, cleaned up that inning, 1 inning, but no, nothing across the board. Had a strikeout. Alvarado, same thing, nothing across the board, strikeout, 1 inning. And then Brad Hand only won 2/3 of an inning, 2 hits, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts. And then Nick Nelson had that grounder to end the game. Phillies win 5-3. They really thought about blowing it. And they thought about blowing it in game 2 as well, but we'll get to that. Brad Hand, I just don't think can be trusted in big moments, but you know, it it doesn't fall on Thompson because after that road trip, who do you really trust down there? Um, and the thing is, now that Sir Anthony's back, I feel like Hand's not going to be in these higher leverage situations anymore. If I yawn one more time, this might be called the yawning podcast, for God's sakes. Oh God. It begs the question, like, will Brad Hand be put in lower leverage situations to kind of get his groove back on? But then you have that same thing going on with Brogdon, where Brogdon's kind of struggled, and he's admitted that too in interviews that he's been bad. And we need him not to be bad. We really need him to hunker down for the stretch run. But we'll get into that later. So game 1, Phillies won. Obviously, they swept. Game 2, this was the Ranger Suarez revenge game. It was really nice to see him go longer and not struggle. I mean, there was some struggles, but he was able to be helped out by the offense, which was something that hasn't been happening of recent. That the offense really bounced back and was able to provide him a cushion, because I feel like at any given point in Ranger starts, or any starter starts for matter, I feel like recently they go down 3-0, 4-0, and then they kind of shut down and don't really know how to fight back. And that kind of turned the corner yesterday, game 3, but we're not in game 3. Oh my God. I thought yawning once would have gotten rid of it, but we're at a yawn counter of 5. And I hope you're yawning along with me. Big professional guy here. Anyway, Suarez went 6 2/3, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. That is what you realistically expect from a guy like Ranger Suarez. I feel like last season was kind of an anomaly in his career. He had a 1.5 ERA in 100 innings pitched. I feel like that's an anomaly. I wish it wasn't, but I feel like the Suarez we see this season maybe is about what we're going to get at, but I feel like he can be better. I feel like he's a mix between what we saw last year and what we've seen this year. And he was good. He was very good this start. I was glad to see that he went long. He went into the 7th inning as opposed to being stopped in the 3rd or 4th inning, which I thought was going to happen because he ran into some trouble, but he was able to work through it, and we were good. Harper, first homer since returning, and he stomped on home plate as he rounded the bases. It was good to see him using the opposite field. Seems like he's getting locked in again, which, Jesus, we need him to be Bryce Harper again. And I think he looks a lot more comfortable. I said in the last episode, or maybe the episode prior, that Harper just didn't look very comfortable, which was concerning me. But obviously this series, he said, "You know what, Jared, you sound like an idiot." He was locked in this series. He performed very well. He had his homer. Mundo Sosa, I mean, what more can you say about the guy? Harper hits the home run. Phillies are threatening. He hits a grounder. It looks like it's going to be a double play, but he slides into first base to save the inning. He was initially ruled out. The call was overturned. And that led to Brandon Marsh hitting an RBI double, which Brandon Marsh also had a big game. He was actually my player of the game. It was Brandon Marsh. Had it like I think he was 3 for 4. He had that huge RBI double. Nick Maton, like I mentioned before, the young guys really producing, had another home run just opposite field, just tank shot. And he's just played well wherever you put him, whether it's in the infield or whether it's in the outfield. He's a guy that I've been very impressed with. Like I mentioned before, Brandon Marsh swinging a hot bat right now, had a home run and a double in this game, and he just looks a lot more comfortable. Someone sent me something on Twitter where his stance, when he first got here was a lot more upright, using his arms more, and Kevin Long changed that to where he's squatting a little more, using his lower half, and he's hit extremely well since coming over here, which is good. And Kyle Schwarber hit just an absolute moonshot in the eighth for a little insurance to put the Phillies up. Which, oh my God, he got a hanging breaking ball and just did not miss it. It was dead center field, went into the Nationals bullpen. Guy crushed it. I love Kyle Schwarber, big Kyle Schwarber guy. The iffy ninth inning by Brogdon, he loaded the bases, but was able to work out of it, captured the save. The bullpen really has been running on fumes, but like I mentioned before, now that Sir Anthony's back, a lot of these higher leverage situations are going to be taking off of these guys. The Robertsons, the Brogdons, the Coonrods, which is good. We missed Sir Anthony in the bullpen, and it's clear because the bullpen hasn't been the same without him. But now that he's back, we should, in theory, be getting back on track. Like I mentioned before, Suarez went 6 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs, 1 walk, 4 strikeouts. Andrew Bellotti picked up another half inning, picking up Suarez, went an inning, or went a third of an inning, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts. He's been like a workhorse, and he's performed well, which is good to see. He has not slowed down, which is good. Coonrod went an inning, a hit, no earned runs, no walks, no strikeouts. And Brogdon, like I said, inning went 3 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. I really thought he was going to blow it, but luckily he didn't. Settled down, and was able to pick up the save. And now we get to yesterday's game, which is a game that I didn't even think should have been played. My player of the game was Rhys Hoskins, which he just had an outstanding game. The game starts. Aaron Nola starts, goes 2 perfect innings, and then the rain starts to come, which I thought originally they should have started Christopher Sanchez, because Sanchez did pitch in this game and he did not pitch well, but he gave us innings. So I realistically thought he should have started this game with the rain, Rob Thompson knowing the rain was coming, and then have Nola pick up whenever he started. That didn't happen. There was a 3 hour and 36 minute rain delay, and then the game picked up again, which I thought was a little ridiculous, but I understand. And in hindsight, now that they won, I'm glad they did. So the Phillies are up 1-0. The rain delay happens. They come back, and Christopher Sanchez gives up a 4 spot. So they're down 4-1, which not ideal, especially this team has so many times, showed up flat on the last game of the series, and not fought back and not chipped away. Not in this case. Not in this case. Jesus, I really shut down there. I was reading my notes. I'm sorry. So Hoskins comes up, runners on first and third. My immediate thought is, oh, here comes the double play and thing. Nope. Rhys Hoskins with an opposite field home run ties the game up at 4, which, again, for this team to bounce back, I don't care if it's against the Nationals. They're a baseball team, for God's sakes. They're a professional baseball team who have won games this season. For him to even bounce back with, it was good to see. It was good to see them fight back. CJ Abrams, the shortstop for the Nationals, might be my least favorite player right now. Because any ball that was hit within his vicinity, he got to, and it was annoying to see, especially because the guy looks like he's 12 years old. But I respect him. He's unreal defensively. Kind of swings the noodle at the bat, but Jesus, the kid's 21, so he's only going to get better, which is annoying because it's just I feel like anytime the Nationals get rid of generational talent, the next one comes in, and I hope for the game of baseball we get another young star, but I don't want him to be on the Nationals, because they had Harper, they had Soto, and now they're just moving on to the next guy, which is super annoying, but yeah, he made an unreal play against Stott. There was second and third, one out, and he made an unreal diving play to save 2 runs, which was super annoying. And I'm like, oh, okay, so here's how the Phillies blow the game. Nick Nelson gives up the lead. An inning after they took the lead, but Hoskins had a sac fly to tie the game in the next half inning. So they kept battling back, which was good. And then Alec Boehm with an absolute moonshot. I'm just kidding. He hit a home run. A go ahead 2-run home run, which was awesome. It was good to him, and I like I always said, the Alec Boehm redemption story of 2022 has been incredible. I love Alec Boehm. I'm a huge Alec Boehm guy. Defensively, he's made strides. Offensively, he's been incredible. Just a great dude. He's happy to be there. In that post game interview, you had Martian Stott do like the cup thing behind him, and he was unfazed by it. He was laughing. It's just good to see this. The vibes around this team are really, really good. Sir Anthony came back, and I kind of like Rob Thompson using him against the 8, 9, and 1 batters as opposed to tackling the 9th inning right off the bat, just to kind of get his feet wet into back into the MLB. Had a clean inning, 1 strikeout, which was really good. His command looked a little off, but I'm not expecting him to be throwing strikes immediately off the bat. It's something he's only going to get better at, which is so it's great to have Sir Anthony back. We missed him a lot. Robertson looked outstanding, struck out the side in the 9th to pick up the save. Weird that, what would, 2 days of rest prove dividends for David Robertson, because his stuff just looks so crisp. The velocity was still there, but his stuff was hanging a lot. It was like kind of flat coming up there. He looked like the guy we traded for, which is great. Okay, so pitching, Nola went 2 perfect innings, and then the rain delay. So Sanchez went 3 innings, 7 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts. Nick Nelson went an inning, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, no strikeouts. Alvarado again pitched a clean inning, 1 inning, 1 inning, no hits, no earned runs, no walks, 1 strikeout. Dominguez, like I said, a clean inning, 1 strikeout. Robertson struck out the side in the 9th to pick up the win. Huge series win. Huge. It was great to see them beat this bad Nationals team, which is good. Which is good. It's good. Now we go into the House of Horrors. We go down to Miami. Off day today. Down to Miami. They have not released their starters, which is interesting. But for us, we got Falter, Gibson, and Syndergaard. Dare I say the dream team rolling out. Ace Bailey Falter is coming back. Should be take care of business. That's all you can do. Take 2 or 3, try to sweep. Just take care of business. I understand that they have the House of Horrors down there, and they have not played well there recently. They played well there this year, but you got to continue to, especially now. The race is getting tighter. The games are getting less and less. Just got to win the games you're supposed to. And these 3 games, they should win. You should not lose these games. I think we're going to be fine. In terms of injury updates, Nick Castellanos is starting to hit off a tee, so he's ramping back up to come back. And I believe that's the only injury. Could be wrong. Yeah, I think that's the only injury. Yeah, Castellanos should be coming back, but Maton has been producing. Guthrie's been producing in his place, which is good. Matt Vierling also, the guys are stepping up, and that's huge. Something the Phillies team involved have lacked, but we're good now. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. Thank you all so much for listening. Feel free to subscribe, follow, do whatever, all at .net Phillies. It's all gonna be in the description below. And yeah, thank you all so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next one.